So we're going to talk about how to help kids with messy handwriting who need OT. So let's talk about Mandy and Court. I'm going to show you a video and then we'll talk about this. Introduce yourself.
So I'm Mandy. I'm Court's mom. Court is our 8-year-old third grader, or actually technically fourth grader. And we are old neighbors of Polly's. And he's my oldest and first. So we are learning about school as we go and all the things that go along with it. I feel like there's a problem here that I don't know what it is. And that if I don't stay on top of it and put my own time and effort into that, it's going to
grow.
Yes, it's going to grow and grow, and then we're going to get older and have bigger concerns to worry about. And I don't feel like I'm able to get a good grasp on what he's getting in school. I had a patient who was at OT, and I was talking to her in her visit, and she said, well, handwriting is ingrained by third grade. You really can't change it. And I kind of panicked. This is what your child's doing. Like, they show you the writing journals and the progression, but I still was kind of very clueless as a mom as far as like what's normal, what should we be doing. Still noticed we weren't making letters the way I learned, but I didn't know that's normal. We've had great teachers every year, great school. I was told he's a boy, he's young, he might just be rushing, it'll come, be patient. Again, lots of reassurance. He's smart, he's doing great. His math and science is excellent. I asked a little bit about testing because I don't know what sort of standardized testing. All I can compare it to is when I was a child.
Right.
And so I don't know, like, I've never gotten like where he falls on scales and they're like, oh, he doesn't do that until third grade. I don't know, but
Yeah.
Just lots of reassurance that he's doing great and there's no worries. Don't worry about the handwriting. In second grade, we brought it up at a teacher conference and she said, oh, he'll start typing soon. Don't worry. And then I'm like, okay. And then third grade, we had heard is a really important year for academic development and that it's a big year when you really start seeing discrepancies in academics and performance, and you really need to stay on top of it. So I tried to okay, what are we doing? And that's when I really did notice that some of his handwriting compared to his peers, because they were doing like group projects, it was not the same. At his fall conference, she was like, oh, we're about to start cursive, he'll be typing more. But I was like, I really think we need to start really focusing on the legibility of his handwriting because we're still not forming letters like top to bottom, left to right, like on a paper with the lines. He wasn't touching the lines. I just felt like it should be there by then. And I wasn't really seeing any change from pre-K, kindergarten to third grade. And I started worrying about like, what about math? When we're doing higher level math and things need to line up neatly. And what if he starts losing points academically because it looks like he doesn't have the right answer because it's not legible. And so I started feeling like I was getting reassurance every year, but I still was feeling like something wasn't right. And I don't want my child to fall through the cracks. Didn't really even figure out who was in network, how to make an appointment other than a private evaluation was going to be like $250 and then $150 a session. And I was like, I don't know how we're going to swing that being full-time working parents and trying to have fun at home. Yeah.
So some of the things you might have heard Mandy say. Let's see if I can get this to the next slide. Introduce yourself. Hold on a minute. There we go. So some of the things that we talked about with Mandy, or you might have heard her say, is that don't worry, your child's going to be typing soon. But as a mom, she knew that her son was still struggling and had handwriting challenges. So she was concerned about letter formations. He wasn't going top to bottom, left to right. She knew, compared to his peers, that his handwriting wasn't as good. And where it started to become a problem was that academically he was going into fourth grade and he would have misspellings. And I'm going to show you a sample of his handwriting here in a few minutes, and then show you what we did to help him improve that. But as a mom, if your kid is struggling and sometimes there's just not something right. And she knew maybe she should go to OT, but she couldn't afford it. So what I'm here to do today is to help you understand some ways that you can address handwriting challenges at home with some expert OT advice that may help your student to improve and improve their self-esteem as well.